Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and also good evening, guys, depending on whichever time of the day that y'all are going to come across this video. I'd like to welcome you onto my channel. I just woke up, guys, and I was just going through TikTok. You know, kind of what's wrong with people. Check out this video and then we'll talk. Yeah.
Yebethunani nisivile nisigaxa salo sisi. Kuthiwa lo sisi ube ne-boyfriend ne. Le boyfriend ivele eMalawi. Kuthiwa eMalawi kanene? I think so, something like that. But yayokufika ingwalapha. So usisi wathi find out uba ngaba uboyfriend umthelele nge-HIV. Wabiza enye i-boyfriend yakhe yaseZimbabwe uba ngaba bazobulala lo. Bambulala nyani lo, bamngcwaba emva kwendlu. Wakugqiba wamuva in lo waseZimbabwe wazohlala naye nomntana nabantwana bakhe abayi-2, omnye una-17 omnye una-10. Bahlale ke kwamnandi. Kuthe ekuhambeni kwexesha ubhuti wa-abusive towards usisi, wambetha. Usisi wabulala lo bhuti yena kunye nomntanakhe, unyanakhe lo una-17. Babulala lo bhuti behlala naye, bamngcwaba phezu kwesasidumbu sipha emva kwendlu salowa waseMalawi ebemsulele nge-HIV. Waphileka after loo nto lo una-17 waqala uthatha izidakamizwa, wasela, wathini, wablackmail umama wakhe qhoba efuna imali, amblackmaile ngalaa nto uba bebebulele laa bhuti waseZimbabwe uba uzamchaza emapoliseni ukuba ngaba kamnika imali. Wagqiba ekubeni umama uba makambulale. Wambulala lo mntana wakhe une-17, wamngcwaba phezu kwezaa zidumbu zimbini zipha emva kwendlu, zantathu ke ngoku. Wahlala ke ngoku usisi emveni koko waziphilela. Kuthe ekuhambeni kwexesha kwagula lo bena-10 umntana. Wagula umntana wangayazi uba utheni. Wagqiba ekubeni uba makamse egqirheni. Xa efika phaa egqirheni wafika umntana wayichaza indabandaba uba hayi, I think ndiguliswa zezaa zidumbu ezintathu ezingcwatywe emva kwendlu, kubulewe lo nalo 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 ngumama. Laa mama eligqirha lathi lagqiba lahamba la emapoliseni, lafika layibeka imeko emapoliseni, wabe uyabanjwa usisi ngelo hlobo. Kuthiwa ke ngoku le nto ibiyenzeke ngo-2017 I think, kungona agwetywayo ke, ugwetywe oolife abayi-3. Ugwetywe life abathathu etrongweni usisi. Yho, oosisi abakhoyo banezibindi, nina niphumani kwabasisi. Abasisi banezibindi. Ungabangcwaba njani abantu abathathu emva kwendlu uhlale wawugqiba upole? Omnye wabo ngumntana akho omzalayo. Yhu, hayi ndaqala uyiva.
Yo, this is a lot. Hey. Yeah. So what they say happened here is that the lady on the top left corner of the screen, she was dating she had a Malawian boyfriend. Should see, this is all alleged, you know? And then with her Malawian boyfriend, the boyfriend then infected her with HIV. Now, after that, she obviously found out, or I don't know, but she ended up finding out. She then, I'm going to say the one who infected her with HIV is a man from Malawi. She then went and got, okay, it wasn't specified what was it. Did she cheat or she had more than one boyfriend or whatever, but she then got a Zimbabwean boyfriend. And then with that Zimbabwean boyfriend, she told that Zimbabwean boyfriend, you know what, let's go and kill this one. I do not know if the Zimbabwean boyfriend knew everything in terms of why are we doing this to this one or all of that, but they did it. After they did it, then it is said ukuthi they buried the body behind the house where they stayed. Now, it is also said with this lady, I think they all stay together with the kids, has a 17-year-old and also a 10-year-old child. Now, all these things, all of this is happening. The kids are staying with her. We do not know if they saw or anything like that, but it seemed like they did, because in the end, okay, we'll get to the end part, but you'll see why I'm saying what it seems like they all knew. So, after her and her new or her Zimbabwean boyfriend decided to bulalo, to eliminate the one who infected her, the boyfriend then later on during their relationship started being abusive, and then when he was being abusive, she then decided to also eliminate this one, and she did that with her 17-year-old child. Now, this, I thought I've never heard of this, and I was like, yo, she got infected, and now she's still dating. She does not want to. Okay, let's finish the whole story. And then when this man started being abusive, the Zimbabwean one, her and her 17-year-old eliminated him and buried him on top of that old body. Now, the 17-year-old started abusing substances. I think it was also to numb the pain and to try and forget about all these things. You understand? And then it even got to a point, Yoguti, the 17-year-old even started blackmailing the mother and everything in order to get money or whatever they wanted at that particular time. So then they say that this lady then decided to eliminate her own child and bury the child on top of those two some bodies. And then they say that later on, the youngest, who's still staying with her, fell sick. When she was sick, she took the child to the doctor, and then the child then confessed, Gutiazi, I think that the thing that is making me sick, it's because of the bodies the 3 bodies that are buried at home. Then the doctor reported the matter to the police, and yeah. Yay. Hey. Yeah. I honestly do not know what to say. Mina, when it comes to dating outside, I don't want to lie, I've said this before. I'm scared. One, I don't trust anyone. I don't want, after all the stories, I'm paranoid AF. It won't happen. I do not want to lie. For me. Now, the fact that she was comfortable enough to bring this man in the first one, where she stays. But as people will never say, as I said, that I'm the one who's paranoid. But I think sometimes paranoia can also keep a doctor away every now and then. So she did that. Because first thing I think about is my kids safe, regardless if that person is a foreigner or someone from this side. One of the things we once even spoke about, even with both these men, the fact that she was comfortable to bring them lightly. We once spoke about this thing, Yogoti. The only time you ever get, or your kids will ever get, if you have kids, this other female friend of mine, she was like, if the only time the guy, whoever I'll be dating or seeing, will ever get to meet my kids is if we get married or if a lobol, of which that is going to lead up to umshad. That's the only time that person is ever going to meet my kids. And also this thing, I feel like we should honestly try by all means to avoid bringing the people that we are seeing where we stay, more especially if where you stay with kids. I mean, another thing, even besides that, I am also scared of bringing people where I stay, because sometimes I just leave people. If you do something wrong, I leave you, and you only to find out you're already when you don't want to leave or ganjani. So, some people are psychologists, langaphandle. So I prefer for someone to just not know where do I stay. You understand? So, yeah, the fact that she did it the first time, okay. I feel like with that, when she did it the first time, I was going to, okay, that's me, Futnakon. But I feel like what would have been expected from her was to learn from that, to also maybe try and gather herself, because obviously for her to even get to a point of wanting to eliminate this one, she was beyond furious, and she was not even thinking, and I'm sure she was crushed AF. You understand? She was supposed to stop dating, try and get her health back in order, and try to work on her life and focus on her kids. Because when something like this happens, I'm still talking about the guy who infected her. When that happened, when something like this happens, I feel like you're supposed to be like, you know what, let me exit the dating scene and focus on my kids. I have 2 young kids who are probably still in school, because even though abanye maqeda bena 16, abanye it's 18 most of the time, if you never struggled along the way. So I feel like she was supposed to be like, as in, whoa, yes, what happened to me was bad, it was wrong, I did not deserve that, but it has happened. You understand? And it's going to be very hard even for her to accept, and yeah, and even still get to a point where she loves herself and be like, yeah, you know what, I didn't deserve this, but now let me just focus on my kids. I think all of these things, the other 2 bodies that she ended up burying, would have not even happened if she decided to do that from when isn't was better fail. Now the second boyfriend is starting to become abusive. I think we've once spoken about this thing, Yaguti. Another problem about someone who has been abused, I feel like, I don't know if I should say it's that, but I feel like I was inkinga, because guys, stop telling your new partner when you were abused, because if you tell this one you were once abused, naye gcina uzobe sefuna uku-abuse and esefuna ukuzama ukumanipulate and try to make it seem like you are the problem. That's why even your first boyfriend was abusing you. Keep certain things to yourself. And I honestly do not see the purpose of why would you want to tell your next partner when you're abused. Why? Or you're trying to make him seem like you're a damsel. No, don't do that. Honestly speaking, I do not see the need for that. Because you are going to have disagreements. And there will definitely be times where even your partner feels like, no, as much as they will be wrong, but they'll try and shift the blame and say, no, you are the problem. And when they do that, that's when they'll start linking back those things. I remember, with my ex, my mom she drank a lot. She was an alcoholic, if I can put it like that. And I once told my boyfriend and all of that. And then, I remember there was a time during COVID. you remember there was a restriction and alcohol was not sold and all of that. There was 100,000 things. I was drinking. Next thing, the person was like, you finished all this alcohol. Yo, should see this thing runs in the family. I was like, young lo. And I was waiting for him to say something else or to repeat what he said. Do not, abantu bethu, especially with our backgrounds that are bad and dark and all those things, you keep those things to yourself. If kuguti you still need, you feel like you need therapy, why are you even in a relationship to begin with? Because you first need to work on yourself before you even get into a relationship. Fundani ukuvala umlomo, guys. Shut the F up. I honestly don't see the need of you telling your part. Mina, I'll never do that again. Tell whoever I'll be dating, Guti, no, my past, this is why we grew up. I was once done this. No, I'm not doing that. This is me now. This is a new me. I'm working on myself. I've worked on a lot of things. This is me. My past is my past. As much as your past can also determine who you might be in future, by how you take it and work on whatever things that happened in your past, it can also affect you. Because it's like growing up from endaweni bad, but it then becomes a choice. Will I be bad nami, or will I work hard to not be bad? So if you still have izinto that you feel like you need to vent to someone, no, find a therapist and get out of a relationship. Because those things are the same things that your boyfriend is going to be using against you. They are. So with this lady, the second boyfriend, I'm sure Vele, he was like, yeah, when I'm sure Vele, he would also swear at her. I'm sure when we have this, that, so, and all of this, and thought, Kuti, since I've helped her with something this big, now I do also kind of have power over her. She must listen, she must do this, she must do that for me whenever I tell her to do it, because I am the master of what. And then I did something big for her. So she owes me, and I'm entitled to do whatever I want to do. Now, the fact that she was doing all these things and even having the what can I call it? The thing, no, let me bury these people lying or behind the house where your kids stay. What I'm asking myself, where were the kids when all of this was happening? When she deleted the first one. The second one, I don't even want to talk about that one, because I'm like, you even got the child involved. Why would you want to do that? Why? Next thing, now you're exposing this child to, you've exposed this child to this lifestyle, that you can just do something like this and kuberati, and this child is young. You're even destroying this child's future. You're traumatizing this kid. This child is even doing substances and all of it because of you. When you're my daughter. And I know there are women and gay people and men and whatever who do prioritize Amadota over their own lives and even over their own kids. There are. It's just sad. It is sad. Especially even for a man who are global, no global. Look now. And not only just with that, but I'm even shocked, because if she was able to bring the kid to doing this, Why am I even shocked? Because she ended up also doing the same thing to ingane yakhe. You know, when I heard Uguti, the young one was sick, and then they was still telling the story, I was like, oh, I'm sure she also added the young one on top of those other three. Yo, yeah, she must go behind bars forever. I just pray that the young one who's left now grows up and becomes a better person and finds. I hope the doctors did also get the child therapy, because that child definitely needs therapy and a lot of it, and love, and she needs a lot, you know. Kogunye, I have to say this, unfortunately. Some people who do heinous things today, it's honestly how they got into that lifestyle. It's not their fault. It's not. For example, like this kid, the 17-year-old, it wasn't his fault. Especially Ogunye put he's young. If I'm not mistaken, it's a he. Although as you grow up, as much as, because I remember there was even this other guy who was telling me where I used to stay, Gutila. His father was smoking and all of that, so he's also smoking. And then I was like, when you grew up, you didn't see what the smoking thing is wrong. So as much as with other things you get into them, being forced or bazali. But as you grow up, I feel like you're supposed to also now be like, no, this is not right. But another thing, these things, they do also affect ingqondo yakho. And some people do not know that you can go and get help. And others do not even believe go therapy. And others do not even afford therapy. It is sad because ish, and I'm not agreeing with what that they do, the bad, evil things that they do. No, I'm just talking about the beginning of izinto. You find out when you sit down, you talk to someone, or when you listen to these stories, you find out, dude, Tinika, we grew up like this, that. So you see, with ingqondo yalimala semncane. So lo mama lo, guys, bapho baba balengane. Guys, guys, you need to learn, yes. We definitely need to learn. With umama uba wengane, do these kids share the same father? And she told girl, where is the father? Kogunye, it's giving they might not be sharing the same father. Why didn't you learn when the first father left? Okay, fine, the second father left. You're still having unprotected sex. What if you have another child? And weren't you hurt enough from the previous relationship or relationships? Could you know what now? If I ever expose myself to unprotected sex, it would be with the person ongilobolile. At least ilobolo, guys. Yes, at least. Indaba nje simjolo, when you already have 2 kids, hi, mina, and it's either ubaba one or ubaba 2. No, you must not. Focus on your kids, guys. Yes, uzositshontsha here and there, but mawusitshontsha now you're supposed to be using a condom. You can't just be usitshontsha usikidnaphe when without ijazi. No. Yeah, it's sad, man. Like, it's very sad. It's very sad. And if it also does happen, good, now you are not even very, you're an abusive person, or you feel like there are times where you just want to lash out. Don't get into a relationship. Go and work on your past traumas. Go and work on the things that ezenzeka kuwe that you feel like they're affecting you now, or that are making you end up doing the bad or evil things that you doing now. It's not late. The mere fact that you're still alive, it is not late. It's doable. You can still go. And there are people, we've heard stories of people who used to do ezinye izinto, who went behind bars, and when they came out, they became totally different people. Totally different people. You can also do that. You can also do that. So what I'm saying is that if you still have past traumas, don't get into a relationship. If ukiliwe by one, learn from that. Learn from that and focus on yourself. Especially if you have kids. Focus on your kids. Your kids need you. And this thing, you meet a boyfriend, you take them home in front of your kids, chopping and changing boyfriends, that is wrong. It is wrong. Because you're exposing your kids nje kakhulu. So this lady Shem also was a strong girl. Yeah.